What's up guys, this is Void of Dust Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. And today we've got one of the new heroes, we've got Dextra, and we are playing her for the very first time in today's video. She's supposed to be someone who looks after Sinistria. I don't know what's going on, I didn't read the lore. But we don't want to discuss that. We are just focusing on the gameplay. Therefore, I got the build for you, which worked pretty well for our first game. I guess the enemies just don't know what to do against her. So, game went well. And that's all I've got to say about that in the intro, because you guys need to see for yourself. If you are fond of new videos and if you're interested in Platinum Diamond plays, hit the subscribe button, put on the notification bell, leave a like, and write in the comments what you think about the video and Dextra, of course, because it's all about her. So let's just hop right into the game without any further ado. Alright, so let's check out the build at first. We've got Favnirs and we have the Omni Arms for our damage. Both are focusing on heal, and heal is going to be that very focus that very one theme that Dextra is all about. It's all about gaining life and absorbing damage that's incoming, and you guys are going to see what's going to happen within the game. I'm going to explain a little bit of her abilities as she is new while we are playing. This is not the part for the intro, but you can see we've got some damage on the one hand with Favnirs and Omni. These two are not the main damage sources in terms of the items that you could buy. Of course, there are items which are dealing more damage than these two, but these are supporting our healing purposes. On the other hand, we have the Mail of Pain and the Medallion of Troy as our main tank items. Of course, we're going with the Gilded Greaves here, which are the staple item if you are going against crowd control stuff. And then we've got the Rock Shield. And Rock Shield is one pick that I've seen within the International Championship. The basic health shield thing that you get is huge, and therefore it's my 6th item. Let's see if we can make that work in the game, because it's going to be quite quick. Arcana-wise, there are not any experiments or something like that. I'm going with my Marksman Warrior thing for my first game, because I did not really play Dextra beforehand. So this is normal attack 45 plus armor pierce plus 100 and movement speed plus 10%. I guess you can go for lifesteal a little bit more, but this works fine because the lifesteal comes from all your equipment. And then we're going a little bit of utility, a little bit of damage in the enchantment section. And as you can see here, we've got damage with the Desperate Duel and the Raging Inferno. I guess Desperate Duel is going to be the best enchantment on her, as you are going on the solo lane. You're dealing damage to a single target, and this is going to be your enchantment to use if you want to do that job properly. That's the deal about it. Then we've got Bone Cutter for the additional resistances. Mark my words, the only thing that you have as some kind of gap closer is your ability number 1, where you are going to increase your speed. You don't have a dash, you don't have a flip or something like that. So this is basically your tool to run through all that crowd control stuff. You've got Bone Cutter on the one hand, you've got the Gilded Greaves on the other hand, and then we're taking the Tower Blessing here, and we're taking Enhanced Restore to complement our build, and that is it, and that works super well. Take my word. And here we are right in the game. As you can see, we've got 2 Dextras. Of course, Dextras will be played a lot right now. And the first thing that comes to mind if you take a look at her visually is she has got a freaking chainsaw, and she is going to use that bloody chainsaw to basically marrow through her enemies with force. So, okay, we know that there is a Dextra, but we saw Dextra already here. I was wondering, and I thought that they will go with Richter support, as Richter support is super viable right now. I don't see anything that speaks for Dextra in the support role. Not at all. She doesn't have any crazy crowd control stuff. She doesn't have anything that helps her AD carry. So what she's doing will basically be stealing kills all the time without benefiting anything on the dual lane. So I don't know why they picked her, but this is my first impression about her. Time might prove me wrong, but as you can see, they're doing a good job down there. So we are up against Richter, and we need to talk about her abilities briefly, because you guys can all read, and therefore you can just pick them up in the hero section, because hero section's free. You've got all the information there. So the first thing is she has a passive which is given her life. You can see this little counter next to Kali right now. This is some kind of indicator. The more marks you have, the more life gain you will get. That's the first bit of the section, and then comes the second part. You have this kind of chainsaw thing going on, and if you press ability number 1, you will have a speed improvement, so your speed is going to be increased, and then there will be some kind of chainsaw dash coming from the sky, hitting the enemy, I think the enemy furthest away, if I remember correctly, and then your chainsaw is going to come back at you. So if you are using it, for example, right now, chainsaw, as you can see, it is going back towards you, and the crazy thing about that is it is going to pass through enemies, dealing damage to them. That's your chainsaw, that's your ability number 1. Your ability number 2 is basically that you are gaining life for every hero around you as soon as you damage them. So your number 2 is basically your main source of damage outside your passive. It's capped by a certain number so that you don't get too much life, and that's basically about it. And your ultimate is going to be a 3-second ability. If it is activated, there is no passive about it, and you will receive healing instead of damage every single time someone is damaging you. So, for example, I have ult ready now, so I'm pressing ult, and I am healed, as you can see. For every point of damage that Richter is doing, I am going against him, and I'm turning his damage into health for me. So that's it. That's basically all the stuff that you need to know. But there's one example, because there's always an example. One exception, because there's always an exception. You are able to dodge tower shots with it, and that's so beautiful. I'm going to show you later on throughout that game that it's possible. So if you are taking tower aggro, you are able to get the damage that the tower deals and turn it into life. Pain was super annoying this game, and I was walking in the complete wrong direction. If I would have had Flicker, that would have been my point of rescue, but unfortunately I'm going against Pain all the time, and this is kind of going back and forth. I kill Richter, Pain kills me, I kill Richter, Pain kills me. But as this was my first impression game, first game I've ever played with her, after exactly one hero trial, I was super fine with a 3-2 against one of the strongest dual laners, solo laners, duelists on the planet. But I don't think that this Richter player was playing to his fullest abilities, so that's about that. Another thing that I want to point out about Dextra is that the damage that she is applying from all of her skills is mainly focusing heroes. That means you can't use your ability number 2 to clear the jungle faster. That's something which is really important. I've just checked through the recommended builds here, and there were some jungle builds, and I don't really see a reason for that. As I said, she doesn't have any crazy CC, so I don't know about that. So right now comes the double kill scene. Look at that. Kali flickers in, I open up my ult, and as you can see, I did get damage, but the first damage was prevented. And if I would have played it a little bit later, it would have been even nicer. She just activated ult the other Dextra, so there is no need in following her, because I simply can't do anything against her. It's just not possible. You can't kill her while she has ult, because she turns all the damage, or 20% of the damage that you dealt is 20% of her maximum health that is dealt to her is turned into health. That's how it works, but just check it up. If you want to know the exact numbers, you can read it in the heroes section. There will be something that you can use. So this was really close. If you take into account that I was playing not only against Richter but also against Pain, so Richter was fairly low after this fight, and I am the gold leader right now, which is actually quite nice. So that works for me. They have just turned down the first tower and now the second tower. So what doesn't work right now is our tower damage. We've been focusing on getting kills. I've got a lot of kills right now. I've got half of the kills that my team was already inflicting, but I saw that Richter was making his way towards the middle lane, so I was just assuming that top tower would be free, and therefore I'm going straight in. Here we go, activating my chainsaw. It doesn't really affect the tower at all, but just for some cool visual effects, I was just using it. And here comes Pain. Pain, the annoying idiot. I'm just dealing damage to his kind of shadow thing, and here we go, shut down. Finally, I got him, and now I'm fighting against another Dextra, and she is just getting a shield from her item, but now she has activated ult. You can see how much stacks I have on her, and here comes Richter, and Richter is fighting against me, and I'm silent right now, and now I need to run away. And here comes Thane, and with Thane I am fond that I can kill him actually, but yeah, I'm focusing on getting some life back here right now instead of chasing dreams that I can't chase. Here we go. Here we go, and of course Pain again. She is just so annoying. It's one of the most annoying champions in the game, and this was the particular point in the game where I decided to go with some magic resistance to just avoid that fucker. It was just bloody awful. So here we go. Good job, amazing. And the tide of the battle can turn within minutes. So as I said, we were really bad on focusing on the towers, and now my team just pushes the mid lane through right next to the Nexus. So that's about that. I mean, the game is super fast paced, so things can change in the blink of an eye. And it's just kind of like focusing on stuff here. Richter again, and there we go. Even wasted my stuff here, and we have a nice Dextra here. Kali is going to go down right now. Double kill, and Joker is on his way out of my stuff. I can't deal damage to him because he was in his immune state, but it doesn't really matter because we have just repelled them, and now we can react, and our reaction looks like that. We are going straight for Darkslayer. You can even take the Darkslayer damage and turn that into health. That's the niceness of the ult. And the crazy thing is, while the ult doesn't change in the terms of what it does, it gets a slower cooldown. So your cooldown right now is 45 seconds. And I think that's beautiful because that just means more life for you. And as you can see, your life gain with Omni-Arms and all the stuff that you have just achieved in this game is actually quite nice. So I think before the game ends, and it's going to end quite soonish, I need to tell you guys something about the limitations and something about, I guess, the potential that she has. So we will see if she is unkillable. We had the discussion on our Discord channel. Slight hint here, if you want to join the Discord channel, just check out the comments below and you will see that I put a link there. So if you want to join and start some fights, feel free to enter. And yeah, let me think about it. So I think she has her limitations because it's mainly focusing about all that stuff with the life gain. So I guess if you are building life reduction in terms of Tomb of the Reaper, you will be quite fine. That should just basically do the job because you are limiting by half of her abilities. And as this item is becoming more and more common, you should be fine with that, not wasting a space. It was wasting space lately, before the last update, but now it's kind of valid to just upgrade something into one of the health reduction items. And so there we go. That should basically just help you out by a lot. And then yeah, after you completed that, you need to just basically pay attention to when her ult is. So I guess she's not top tier right now, and she won't be, but eventually it comes down to the enemy team composition. If that changes, she might change too, but I would assume she's good, but she is not one of the best things that you might want to achieve right now. But that's just my educated guess. We need to see if that is true for Dextra right now, because what I can tell is that I had great fun playing her, and yeah, it was a really quick game. 10 kills made, 4 times dead. First impression ever. That's got to tell you something. So here we go. Here comes the result page. I was MVP. I guess that's just due to the fact that people don't really know what to do against her right now. It's just the beginning of her career in Arena of Valor. I think her icon, like this kind of avatar, looks stupid. That's just my opinion. They've done better jobs, for example, with Sinestria, 11.8. Decent damage taken. And yeah, that's about that. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, and tell me what you think about Dextra in the comments below. Thanks!